The recovery of critical minerals from spent lithium-ion batteries is pushing India toward a crucial regulatory crossroads regarding its black mass. This residue, rich in cobalt and nickel, is officially classified under the HS code 8549, which designates it as hazardous waste. Consequently, any plan to export this valuable material currently requires explicit permission from the Ministry of Environment, Forest, and Climate Change. Furthermore, exporters also need specific licensing secured from the Directorate General of Foreign Trade before any shipment can leave the country. Unfortunately, some recyclers have attempted to misclassify these exports to conveniently bypass these strict, mandated governmental restrictions. This activity has naturally prompted customs authorities to significantly tighten their monitoring processes to stop the leakage of these vital raw materials. Domestically, refiners assert they possess over 30,000 metric tons per annum capacity, which is more than enough for India's total black mass output. However, exporters counter that domestic buyers consistently offer prices that are 2 to 5% lower than global market rates, making overseas sales more appealing. This financial reality leads some important industry stakeholders to strongly advocate for phased restrictions, rather than an outright immediate ban on exports. Such an immediate halt would otherwise cause severe financial distress for the numerous small and medium-sized recyclers reliant on export revenues. A major systemic issue is that India currently lacks any established formal technical standards or consistent classification systems, specifically for black mass. Unlike major economies like China or the entire European Union, we don't have a unified material definition or a standard pricing framework in place yet. This regulatory void has inevitably created significant confusion across categorization, effective regulation, and consistent enforcement across the sector. One persistent challenge is the unequal pay scale, where domestic recovery units simply cannot match the higher prices offered by major global refiners. The very hazardous classification is disputed, as many recyclers logically argue that black mass should be treated as an intermediate product. Instead, industry fragmentation is another hurdle, with over 80% of Indian recyclers being small R2 units, possessing limited capital and infrastructure. Crucially, India is missing the facilities to convert refined metals into cathode active materials, meaning refined output may still need re-exporting. This absence of downstream CAM manufacturing ultimately nullifies the intended domestic value addition from the initial refining process. On the positive side, the new critical mineral mission explicitly aims to localize resource recovery and significantly reduce reliance on external imports. Incentives are being introduced for critical mineral refining, though the actual execution framework for these programs still remains quite unclear to many. Many industry leaders are now calling for better multi-ministry coordination across departments like environment, industry, and new and renewable energy. To move forward strategically, the first recommendation is to build a unified national framework defining clear black mass standards. This framework must include precise chemical composition, limits, acceptable moisture levels, and purity benchmarks for all parties involved. It is also essential to accurately map national generation volumes to perfectly align material supply with the existing domestic refining capacity. The second key step involves implementing phased export controls that are directly tied to the country's proven domestic absorption capability. We must prioritize R4 refiners for domestic feedstock while offering transition support, like tax relief, to smaller R2 players for necessary upgrades. The third major area for improvement is formalizing and digitizing the entire material supply chain from mine to market. A digital chain of custody system utilizing unique IDs and tamper sensors will track the origin, quality, and movement of every batch. Establishing a few accredited assay laboratories across the nation is necessary to officially certify quality and stop all instances of misclassification. Recommendation number 4 focuses on developing transparent pricing mechanisms, perhaps through an India Black Mass Index as a true benchmark. Introducing index pricing alongside forward or futures contracts will stabilize rates and significantly reduce financial risks for smaller recyclers. The fifth crucial element involves aggressively building out downstream utilization capacity, especially for domestic CAM manufacturing. This capacity building should also promote strong industrial linkages with sectors like paint, pharma, and fertilizer that can readily use recovered sulfates. To ensure compliance, the sixth step suggests imposing performance, linked premiums, and penalties based on recovery efficiency and EPR, credit authenticity. Public reporting of recycling performance via regular third-party audits will foster greater accountability across the entire operational spectrum. Finally, we absolutely must fix the widespread manipulation and current inefficiency plaguing the battery waste extended producer responsibility credit system. This includes establishing transparent verification processes and stern penalty frameworks to guarantee real material recovery is actually occurring. India currently stands at a critical turning point where decisive action regarding black mass exports is both necessary and highly overdue. However, any swift policy move must carefully align with the nation's current infrastructure reality and its actual processing capabilities. The immediate path forward pivots on achieving three core pillars: comprehensive standardization, robust digital traceability, and market transparency. These must be coupled with significant domestic investment in CAM manufacturing and effective cross-sector industrial coordination to unlock full potential. By implementing these vital, overdue reforms, India has the opportunity to completely evolve from a mere raw material exporter into a true critical mineral powerhouse. Securing this new status will ultimately guarantee both long-term economic prosperity and genuine environmental sustainability for generations to come.